Hello, I like money.
Are we live? Yes, sir.
We are live, my man.
What up? What up? Welcome to 241 podcast. My name is K Snow.
I'm PK, baby. What's good?
And today we got a spicy topic.
Very spicy.
You want to introduce it?
Yes. Question of the day, yo. What do men want? JP, man, you want to kick us off?
You want me to kick us off? I'll kick us off.
You gotta go, man.
All right.
It looks like you got a lot to say, bro. So
Sure.
Man.
Oh, what do men want? First of all, let's establish, I guess, a context. Would this be out of life, relationships, work, or
let's break it down. Let's break it down one by one. Let's start with life because that kind of seems like the biggest thing.
Personally, I'm a man. I identify as male. You know.
Never would have thought that, buddy.
Really?
Never.
Damn. All right. But personally, out of life, I want. The main thing is to have a clear-cut purpose, which I do have. My clear purpose is I want to impact the most amount of people I can with my music while simultaneously becoming the best version of myself and attaining peak level of masculinity. Because I'm a man, right? That being said, there are very key characteristics you need to meet in order to kind of achieve those things, right? Like, first of all, you got to figure out what your purpose is. And I wholeheartedly believe the only way to do that is to just do enough things. You know, you can't be like, say, every single day you're not doing anything, or you're just fucking watching TV, not even playing video games. Because at least when you play video games, you're doing something, right?
Yeah.
But you got to be doing things, you know, like extracurriculars. Like say like drawing, you got to be drawing in order to do that. And like, as you do enough things, you start to kind of get the sense of what you're good at, what you're not good at, what you're passionate about, and what you're not passionate about. And therefore, single out the thing that you do that you're passionate about and that you're good at, and keep working on that. Make that your main thing. I don't believe it's good to only do one thing either. You need to have a variety
keeps
of
it
things.
fresh, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like, say, like I make music, right? But I don't only make music. Like, I'm interested in finances. I love snowboarding. I like to be outside, go hiking. I like to do a lot of things, right? But my main thing, what is it? It's music, right? So once you found your purpose, and then once you start getting good at it, capitalize that shit, and then that's how you start getting the money coming in. Like, these last 2 months, I've made the most money I've ever made from doing like music services, whether that be recording people and mixing and mastering their songs, doing shows like DJing and shit like that. Like, I was not capitalizing off my music last year that much. But I was still doing it because here's the thing: say money didn't exist, I'd still be making songs. It's so hardwired into me that I cannot go pretty much a day without at least thumping a rhythm and tapping something out. You know what I mean? Like,
that's like your DNA, basically.
Exactly. It's like genetically programmed into me. Not genetically, but it's like it's programmed into me to wanna, you know, be musical. And once you capitalize off that, just keep growing, you know, just keep growing it. And then truthfully, I think if you do those things, you will live a fulfilling life. And here's the thing, like me, myself, I'm only 20. I'm still figuring shit out, of course, but I do have a clear purpose in mind. And the only way I got there was by doing enough things and then figuring out, okay, shit, like, this thing sticks. For example, when I was like 15, 14, like after school, you know, I'd do my extracurriculars and then I'd go home, not getting paid or anything, not doing anything. What would I be doing? Falling down damn rabbit holes on my computer, trying to figure out how to make this one sound fit on this drum pattern or some shit like that, you know, making
so you've been in this for like a long time, bro. Yeah,
you know, I mean, I started music production, or at least I was introduced to it when I was like 12, 13. I downloaded a program called FL Studio on my laptop, And because before that it was just like the Audacity days, you know? Have you ever used Audacity?
No, I don't think so, bro. I've used some pretty messed up like music softwares, like LimeWire, if you remember what that is.
No, it's not like a music software. It's more like an audio software. So
I've never used it.
It's like a free audio software.
Yeah.
You can do very basic edits on that. Yeah. But then I downloaded off of FL Studio and I realized, yo, you can actually make songs on this thing.
Yeah.
And when the rabbit hole started, I'm still down it. Right.
Yeah.
Now.
So how, like go more into that, bro. Like, so you were just on the computer one day and randomly you've seen this like software and you're like, I want to download it, or like someone tell you about it?
So I was at my buddy's house. My buddy was on it and he was making a hip hop beat and I was like, oh shit, how do you do that? He's like, oh, I just downloaded this program, FL Studio.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, how do I get it? He's like, oh, it costs like $600. So you know my dumb ass goes on Pirate Bay. Yeah, start getting all the torrents ready and shit.
Bro, we weren't paying for shit.
No, we weren't paying for anything. We weren't paying for anything. I mean, it's so funny. I did end up buying it when I got into college because I got to a music program, right? And
that's different though.
Well, here's the funny part. I bought it, and then a week later, I torrented another program, and I started using that one instead of FL Studio. It was called Ableton, so I torrented Ableton, and I liked it a lot more. So then I made the switch from FL Studio to Ableton, and then a year after I got really good at Ableton, I bought it too. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. You know, just and like. Every day I would come home. What was the first thing I wanted to do? It wasn't play video games. It wasn't jerk off. It was like, yo, I need to make a beat right now. I don't know what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make something, you know. Like, and then one thing leads to another. You know, you meet people who have the same interests as you do. I started making songs with these people. People I know today who I'm very close with. I've been making songs with them for like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. We got a really dope chemistry in the studio. We kind of just get shit done. But yeah, you just keep working at it and take money out of the question like completely. It's
kind of something more like makes you like happy, right?
Exactly.
Like fulfilled or
like after I finish a song, like from point A to point B, where you know it started with the beat and then it turned to a full blown song where I finished the master and and like, man, the amount of satisfaction you get from doing that for me is more satisfying than anything on earth. Yeah. So exactly, just find something that makes you very satisfied when you do it and you're good at and you're passionate about. And then legit, like if you do those things, you'll live a purposeful life. You'll have meaning. But back to what do men want? I think every guy kind of wants that. Every guy wants to contribute something to humanity. It's like it's in our DNA.
I think Rich Cooper calls it a dent in the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like something that you put out there.
Absolutely.
Provides some type of value to everyone else. Mm-hmm. But like you were saying,
the only way you can do that really is to chase excellence, like Rich Cooper says as well. You know, like if you come home every single day and you binge watch anime and play video games, you might get really good at video games, but here's the thing: if you don't capitalize on video games, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like if you really love video games, for real, because I love video games too, and I know a lot of people say like, yo, you want to chase excellence, you can't play video games and all that. I'd say yes, if video games take up a big part of your time. Yeah. For me, it's like I do maybe 2 hours of gaming a week, and that's on my downtime. Yeah. You know, and like I play games where I actually get something out of it. I don't play those fast-paced round games. Well, I do sometimes. Like,
see your previous episode.
Watch our previous podcast. Like I'll play Mortal Kombat sometime if I got like half an hour to kill and I need to. Yeah. After that, I need to go do something because after one fight that takes like 10 minutes, maybe you'll get another one in there, and then boom, you're out. Yeah. But like if I have downtime and I want to play video games, I play like story games to actually get something out of it instead of just fast-paced round shit. But yeah, I mean, I think every single guy wants to put a dent in a universe, no matter how alpha or beta or omega or whatever he is. Yeah, you know what I mean? Wherever on the men hierarchies spectrum. Every single guy wants to contribute something. It's just what we're made to do. Men are made to do things. And once you do enough things, you find that one thing you're very good at, that will become your ultimate tool to making a dent in the universe.
I kind of want to challenge that though, bro.
Yeah, go for it.
Like naturally, like if you look at like us, like primarily, like we want to do that. Like, and that's maybe been true for like the past like couple centuries or whatever, millennia. But nowadays, you're seeing a lot of dudes who like don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, remember when the bug hit us last year, March 2020?
Yeah.
And like everyone just became like serve babies.
Pretty much.
So like,
yeah.
they didn't want to work. They didn't want to contribute. They just kind of wanted to get like the $2,000 a month and like post up. You know what I'm saying? So like
your little flesh boxes.
yeah, bro. So like that's kind of where like I don't know. I kind of have to disagree a little bit on that. Like it takes a certain type of like man, I guess, to like want to achieve his purpose. Like it used to be where everyone achieved the purpose, whether you wanted to own a restaurant or own a dry cleaners or you know what I'm saying, like work in a law firm or something like that. But nowadays, like from what I've noticed, like a lot of people seem like more content, just like laying back and letting life kind of go to them instead of attacking it head on. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, so I think like for, I guess me and you, we could testify to that. Like you've already found your purpose, and I've stated this multiple times. I'm still trying to find mine. Like I used to think that playing football was mine, so I train every single day, watch film, you know, just be like obsessed with like the game, you know. And then I kind of fell out of love with it, you know. So I can't really say that's my purpose, because if it was, I'd still be doing it to this day. You know what I'm saying? But there's other people who are completely content with just having life kind of pass them by. And I don't know, like, do you think that that's like a normal thing for them, or you know, like, do you think that's what they want, or like that's what they've been told to want? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it so much that they don't want to do anything, or they either can't or feel like they can't, or have been programmed to not want to do anything? Because think about it. If I worked a menial job, 40 hours a week, making shit pay, and the only time off I have is my weekends, and every day after work I go home and plop my ass in front of the TV, of course I'm not going to want to do anything. Because in my mind, because like if I'm constantly getting these dopamine hits from all these short-term pleasures like watching TV, porn, etc.,
media,
it numbs your drive as a man, and of course you're gonna become quote unquote complacent and not want to do anything. But I would argue that still, even those people who live like that have an internal feeling like I need to do something for the world.
Yeah, that's why you usually have those people like on their deathbeds, like, yo, like I regret like not doing like all this type of stuff. It's weird conditioning though, bro. Like, I think it's really weird conditioning, because like I don't know, I always thought it was really weird. Like I used to do that where like I'd come home from work and like I don't know, man, I used to like watch what did I used to watch? I used to watch like a lot of like Family Guy, like after like class or after work. And that would be for like 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? And then like I'd go to bed, I'm like, what the hell did I even do today?
Nothing.
You know, I just went to school or I went to work, and then I went home, and then I just watched TV and ate some food, and then went to bed. You know, I just find that like really weird. But but the one thing I realized is that like I've been kind of conditioned to like live that type of lifestyle. Like you see it on TV when you're watching TV. Like those people who like the actors and whatnot, like Peter Griffin, like he goes to work, works at the brewery or whatever, comes back home, like drinks with his buddies on the weekend or every night or whatever the case is, and doesn't really do much. You know what I'm saying? In terms of if you're looking at it from like a purpose like standpoint or like a life standpoint, I just find that like really interesting, because you see it and like you're like, oh well, that's funny. I kind of want to be like that. Like it's weird. It's weird how they make it. I don't know if I'm using the proper words to describe it, but like it's so common on TV just to have like your like prototypical man just go to work or go to school, come home, and then like do nothing. Maybe on the weekend he cuts the grass or something like that. You know. So I don't know, like that's where I'm like confused on that like subject, but yeah, man, like is that really what a man wants? I don't think so. Like it's kind of messed up.
Look at this too, man. Living a complacent lifestyle where you're not getting the things you want out of life, but you're comfortable, right? So your job makes just enough for you to pay the rent. You might buy one nice thing for yourself a year. It's quote unquote secure, you know, stable job. By the way, job stands for just over broke. I'll snag that from Rich Cooper too. But look at the state of these men. Are they happy?
No, I don't think so, bro.
No,
I know they're not. Actually.
I think they're very depressed.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. It's because they know deep down that they can do more than this.
Yeah.
And when you need change in your life, depression is probably the greatest indicator of that. You're not depressed because you have some disease, because, you know, oh, you can't control it, your mind's all fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true at all. You were depressed because something needs to change. And for that thing to change, you need to figure out what you're damn good at and just literally run that up the flagpole. Yeah. Like, keep going, you know? Man, I can't go a day without working on music.
In some type of fashion, yeah.
In some type of fashion.
Yeah.
Whether that just be listening to songs, getting inspired to make a next song, or like full on working on a song, making a beat, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, even with video games, man, like if you are always playing video games, buy a webcam and start streaming that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's outlets for you to explore, like yourself. You got a streaming channel.
Yeah.
Because
man,
why?
YouTube. Because I wanted to. I don't know. I like playing video games. Bro.
And yeah,
like,
yeah, simple as that, right?
That's
you like playing
it,
video
man.
games, and you're a charismatic dude. You know, like
for the most part.
Yeah, your commentaries are funny. They're intriguing. They're interesting, and the edits you make for your YouTube channel are good too. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Like us right now. What are we doing?
Making a podcast because you like to freaking talk all the time, bro.
Hey, exactly. Now, where did this come from? Me and you were working at a shit job, you know, but we had the weekends.
Yeah, the weekend warriors.
The
baby.
weekend warriors, man. During COVID, like me and PK only worked on the weekends, and we worked together, and like our store was dead all day. So what did we do? We were talking with each other.
Yeah.
We weren't on our phones all day. Maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
But like we were having conversations just like we are right now.
Yeah.
And that's a lot more productive in my mind than just scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so what happened as a result of that? We got the idea to start a podcast because we're always talking with each other.
Might as well do something about it.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, maybe someone can get something out of our conversation as well, or even better yet, join in on the discussion, right?
Okay, well, we talked about what you want or what men want in life, like from your perspective.
Yeah.
I think, I definitely agree with you, like making that dent in the universe. Naturally, like carrying on like your genes is another thing. Like you want to have kids, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Or like one weird thing actually, bro, was like I've been talking to a lot of dudes and they're like, yo, I don't want to have kids. Like, and I find that so weird, bro. Like you're biologically hardwired to like have kids, especially as a dude,
seed,
bro.
yeah,
man. So like when I talk to people and they're like, yo, like I don't want to have kids, like it's too much of a hassle. And then they tell me the reasons why. It's like, hey man, like I grew up around like a lot of younger siblings, or I'm always babysitting my niece or my nephew, or I don't know, like kids are just like fucking annoying and they're messy and whatnot. Like, but it still doesn't make sense to me though. Like, you want to just end your lineage with just yourself, like that doesn't add up. Like especially being a man, you know, like you wanna continue your bloodline that's been going throughout so many generations, you know. That's just naturally how we are as dudes, bro, you know. But I don't know, maybe like modern media and what we've been taught is kind of like pushing you to not have kids or whatever. But
well, it's very strange. Like you mentioned something. There's a lot of, you know, shit to deal with when you have kids.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Responsibility.
Yeah, so they're kind of hiding from it.
People nowadays are willing to straight up discontinue their bloodline so they don't have to deal with the responsibility because it intrudes in their comfort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We've gotten way too comfortable, eh?
Way too comfortable, man.
Like,
definitely.
way too comfortable. Like, bro, it's actually kind of weird now that I think about it, man. I'm still trying to get over the fact that we can just order McDonald's to the house now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe like 10 years ago, that seemed like the most crazy fucking thing. Like, because everyone goes to McDonald's. Everyone knows McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and everyone for the longest time was like, bro, like, what if McDonald's had delivery? And now we just can fucking... All right, I want to fucking Big
guess
Mac
what?
and boom.
Guess what? The food's still shit.
Like, that doesn't change. But yeah, we've definitely gotten really comfortable with everything, bro. Like, I don't know, look over the past almost 2 years at this point dealing with this pandemic or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how well, like, Amazon and, like, Walmart and, like, Home Depot and, like, all those places that, like, do, like, delivery to the house have been doing, like, especially Amazon. I'm going to say they've been killing the game, right?
Yeah.
And, like, that's kind of, like, the new wave. Like, as as time goes and technology improves, like I guess the technology improves, but we kind of become more complacent. You know, if we were to kind of put it like on a chart.
Yeah, I'd argue that technologically we're advancing at such an incredible rate that who knows next year what the new technology is going to bring, right?
Oh, man.
Like I swear every day it's doubling the amount of like progression we're doing.
Yeah.
But socially, I 100% feel like we're regressing.
Yeah.
And it's not even like me feeling that. The facts show it. I mean, think about it. Marriage rates are
Dropping
in
down.
the shitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, people say divorce rate's going down. That's because the marriage rate's going down. The amount of obesity in the West, it's like 70% of people are
That's
obese
freaking
now.
wild, eh?
That's insane.
That's
Like,
legit wild.
they're not, 70% of people are not at a healthy weight.
Yeah.
And what does that stem from? Them not doing anything. Like, you go home, you sit on your ass, and you just eat yourself while you eat yourself to death while you're watching Family Guy. Like,
Na 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 na.
yeah, man, like, you're gonna get big, you know what I mean?
Bro, yeah.
And it's like I'll be real with you, bro. Like, you know, you're a bigger dude yourself, right?
Yeah.
But you go to the gym.
Yeah.
At least you're strong, and you're gonna lose that weight. Like,
Yeah, it's honestly not that hard to lose weight.
it's good. Like, in a matter of 2 years, you're gonna be buff as hell, man.
Yeah.
If you just keep.
Maybe less, man. Who knows? I got muscle memory that whatever, I can go into that another time. But you continue.
But like,
man.
if that'll solely be a consequence if you keep going to the gym and keep working out.
Yeah.
You know, like, me myself, I work it at home because I do calisthenics, right?
Yeah, so it makes sense.
If I stop working out, I'm gonna be, because I have a fast metabolism naturally,
You'll just become like really skinny.
either that or skinny fat.
Yeah. Oh, that's the fucking worst.
It's the worst, you know, because like, you're not fat, but you're not skinny. You're in
Yeah.
this weird in between.
Yeah.
Where, you know, it could go both ways.
Like you got like the pot belly, but you still got like the skinny arms and everything like that.
Yeah, exactly. You got
man.
like the skinny arms and shit, or like you just have no muscle definition and
Yeah.
at all, and you're just like you're like a plushie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a weird place to be, man. It's a weird place to be.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, like I think like family definitely has like another like big reason or big presence in like what men want. Like in terms of like a lifestyle type of thing. Definitely freedom too to make your own decisions. Like people are kind of scared nowadays to make decisions, but I sincerely believe that men want to be in control of their own destiny like the
100%.
most, you know, like so when someone like intrudes on your freedoms and whatnot, you're gonna become defensive, right? Unless they do it in a way that's more like subliminal, you know? Like if they do it in ways where like it's not like direct, like it's kind of like what do you call it? So let's just say money can get you a lot of freedom, right?
Yeah.
Like if we're on the same page here. So let's just say you're working at a job, it gives you like $50,000 a year, and yeah, 50,000. You get taxed about fucking, I don't know, 10,000.
Yeah.
So you're down to 40. Like, so a quick way to like compete on that freedom and like stop you having that is like, let's just say your boss is like, yo, we're gonna tax him down to 35 this year, even though he's making the same type of money. You know what I'm saying? Because of like cost of living is going up and all that type of stuff. So they gotta pay the taxes to keep the company running, right? So that could be like an example where you're slowly starting to like lose your freedom within that regard, and like most people, they become like complacent working that like job, right? Because that's all they know.
Well, especially if you rely on that only source of income.
Exactly.
Right? If you rely on that one source of income and then that shit, you know, ends up screwing you over, you're done.
Yeah.
You're absolutely done. You have no safety net.
Yeah. Well, like people, how many people do you really know that like your average person that has like a second like stream of income, like be it like an investment portfolio or like a side business or like something like that?
Well, you know, I surround myself with, you know,
I'm talking about average people you probably
but
run
like
into the street.
average people,
Like people
not-
you run, like
not
people you
very
run
many.
into at work,
Yeah,
like
not
like the
very
people that come in and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man, the amount of people who come into work and still pay with their damn debit card.
yeah,
Whew, like, it's so dumb. I refuse to pay with my debit card.
yeah, you're a smart man for that.
Why would I spend money if I'm not getting anything back from it except for the thing I'm spending it on? That makes no sense. Say I buy a new TV, I use my debit card, I just got the TV, right? That's it. But I use my credit card, I racked up like 20k points on that, I could get a free trip to Cuba or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Like, You have to really look into these things and kind of find the cheat codes to life.
Yeah.
Which are not really cheat codes. They're more so principles that if you do follow these things, you'll get somewhere.
Yeah, man. I think people should just be more aware of that did not come out right. Aware of like how of what they're doing and what's going on, right? Mm-hmm. Like you said, like with people using the debit cards at work and stuff like that, man. I think that's just kind of how they've been taught.
Yeah.
Like because I don't know, like a lot of people don't have good credit, which is kind of
course.
You know what I'm saying? Like trust me, I know now. I know now. I just started a new job, and trust me, I know a lot of people don't have good credit.
This guy got a big job. He's a finance manager.
Yeah. But anyways, that's not the point though, man. But like I think they've been kind of like accustomed to the system where like they grew up like if they need to take money out, they took it out from like the ATM or whatever, and like they kind of pay their credit card bills late and all that type of stuff, right? So they don't really have like the financial literacy. To be honest, I kind of lost where I was going with this, but yeah, man. Like I think like men really want freedom to do what they want to do when they want to do it, without having like too much pushback. You can have like a little bit, right? Because you're not gonna fucking just tell your boss, fuck you, I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm taking like the next like 2 weeks off, like not even booking vacation or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's obviously gonna be some pushback. It's like, hey bro, do you even have those vacation days? Like why are you telling me fuck off? Like all that type of stuff.
But if you come into that conversation with leverage, meaning I did this and this and this and this for the company, I've made this many more profits by me being here. Yeah. Look, boss, I think I deserve 2 weeks off. Yeah. He's gonna look at you and be like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. Go to Cuba, whatever."
That depends on the company, man. That depends. But true. Yeah, like stuff like that, though, right? The freedom, and then I guess like another thing would be kind of like a good set of morals. Mm-hmm. Like men really want to like have like a defined character, right? And like what they stand by, what they don't stand by. Like it could be like, for example, like you don't want to do drugs or you don't want to drink alcohol or you don't mind doing drugs, you don't mind doing alcohol. Like that's all like your morals and your character. Or you don't care if someone's like a different race or sexuality or
absolutely
like just like different things. Like that's kind of a thing. Like men want like a certain like set of standards to kind of like live by. Absolutely. Not changes all the time, right? Because think about where you were 5 years ago and like the standards you had then, and then think about where you're at right now, right? They definitely changed.
Different, yeah, absolutely.
They definitely changed, man. That's just coming from like life and experience and knowledge and interactions
other
and all that stuff.
Other people you meet as well, like different types of influences that you run into on a daily basis. And when you at the end of the day, when you look back on your experiences, it's like, okay, what did I learn today? What did I accomplish? What can I do better tomorrow? How can I be better? I think at the end of the day, men just want to be better. Like every day,
it's our natural competitive drive, man.
Exactly. Even if they're not working at it, like when I was in high school, I think grade 11, I ran into a little slump where like for a period of half a year, I don't want to do anything, man. Like my grades went to the shitter. I went from like 90 averages to like 70s, which is still like, I mean, not bad.
That's still all right, bro.
Yeah, like you'll still pass
if you don't be asking, bro, what caused that,
I think it was me knowing that music is the one thing I want to do, but all the external social pressures were telling me you can't do this. It's not stable. It's not safe. Get a good job. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, typical stuff you always hear when you want to pursue your dream, man.
Exactly. And at that time, I was doing a co-op at a law firm as well, right? Because I was gonna be a lawyer. Like, was it the job I chose? Kind of. Because it was either lawyer, doctor, engineer.
Bro, you got that typical immigrant.
Right? Yeah, man. Like my
immigrant requirements.
Exactly. And like my pops, he has a PhD in engineering. Yeah. So it's like, like
you gotta live up to the hype.
You gotta live up to the hype, right? And then I don't think I had the balls back then to just be
say no.
Exactly. To just say, screw it, no. I'm doing this. I really love this. And what you have to think about that, I couldn't care less. I didn't have the balls to do that. Yeah. And I think that period was when I was really trying to find there's no other way I could say this. I was trying to find my balls, man. I was trying to find my damn nuts so I could live a life that I know would make me fulfilled as a human being, but it was such a push and pull narrative. It's like, okay, well, I want to go home And like I was every single day. Still, I was still making music every single day.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter if I was like, quote unquote, depressed or whatever. You know, like I was still making songs every day. But it really became clear to me. Like I think I just saw through the bullshit.
Yeah. Let's delve into that, because you said that you had like a little bit of a push pull between like being like a lawyer and then pursuing your purpose in music. How did when was that kind of like breaking point where you're like, yo, like mom and dad, like this is what I want to do. I'm gonna go with it, whether you guys want it or not. Like what? Like talk about that a little bit.
So it was the end of that little depression period I had in grade 11.
Yeah.
I won't call it depression because I don't. Well, you know, we'll get into that another day. But pretty much it was like parents wanted me to go to university, be a lawyer. I wanted to do music. School wanted me to go to university, be a lawyer. I wanted to, you know, be a DJ and like do shows and shit.
Yeah.
And then honestly, I really saw through the bullshit of the education system.
Yeah.
I think that was the most unmotivating thing, because I suddenly realized everything I'm learning at school, or at least 90% of it, is absolutely useless to me.
Yeah.
Best thing I got from school is the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Why the fuck do I need to know that? I don't. I'm not gonna be up there spitting decks and then trying to find out the quadratic formula so I could load up the next track and play the song for the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, don't get me wrong, you need to know these things, but I believe you should have the choice to either continue on that if you like that, you know, being really academic, or explore a venture that you're actually good at and you want to do.
School systems don't really allow you to do that though.
No,
you know,
no,
like at least in my experience. Like honestly, man.
What was
like,
your experience?
Shoot, in high school I was pretty like ass. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like I never went to class. I never really paid attention. Like it was just really boring to me.
Yeah.
Like
I could relate.
Like so, I think from grade 9 till 12, I think I maybe averaged about a 52, 53, and then I was just bored, man. Like, what do you call it? My teachers would be talking. Like, the only time I'd actually pay attention was, like, in math class where they got into, like, the financial math, because I was like, oh, this seems pretty, like, applicable to real life.
I didn't even learn that in high school.
But,
we didn't learn shit about finances.
But, most of it, like, what do you call it? I was just super bored. Like, I took chem, I took physics, I took exercise science, like, classes like that, and I was just super bored, man. I knew when I was in high school I wanted to play football. I didn't even know like I wanted to play university football. I just wanted to play football. You know what I'm saying? So my vice principal was like, yo, you got to pick up your grades if you want to get a scholarship, because you get a scholarship, right? And I'm like, okay, word, say less. So I went from a 52 in grade 12 to an 81 in grade 13. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not an idiot. I just didn't want to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Because I just kind of didn't see the point.
So it wasn't so much like you were dumb and couldn't understand the material.
No, I was literally just bored.
You had absolutely no interest in it, right? I do have a question. Did school ever, besides football, did school ever try to get you to explore other things that you might be good at?
No, not really, bro. It's kind of just like filtering me through the system, right? Like, I'd see my guidance counselor here and there. So I think I had like 2 or 3 guidance counselors in the span of my 5 years in high school. And the first one just thought I was a fucking dumbass, bro. He's like, yo, you're not doing good in your classes. Like, I'd probably recommend college for you and da-da-da-da. I'm like, bro, I come from an immigrant family, right? So if you're not going to university, you're basically a fucking hack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a disgrace to the family. So I talked to my dad about it, and he's just like, yo, like, don't let him like bring you down, da-da-da-da. Like, go to university, all that cool stuff. But like, I just wasn't motivated in like a lot of the things that we were doing, like gym class, because it's gym, right? Like, you're obviously gonna want to beat everyone in ball or beat everyone in dodgeball. Like that's just how we are. Like as a guy, like I like doing physical shit.
Of course.
But like academic wise, like I didn't really like find out like what some of the interests I had were until like university. Like that's when I really like started being like, yo, like I like finance, I like political science, like I like stuff like philosophy and history and stuff like that. You know, like I legit love learning about the history of the world and shit. You know, but I don't know, I was never pushed to kind of go into that because I didn't want to go into it because I didn't really see an opportunity to make a lot of money off of it. Maybe if I did like a YouTube channel on it or something like that. But like in terms of have like an actual position as a historian, let's just say, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much they make. I don't think it's gonna be over like 70,000 at the most. I could be wrong though, right?
Of course, if you rely on that only stream of
exactly.
income, right?
Exactly. But yeah, man, with what happened last year with everything being locked down, like I kind of had to like realize that I need to make money more than one way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I can't just rely on like a regular. I can rely on my like regular income, but I need stuff to kind of supplement that, right?
Right.
So I started slowly, like I'm still learning to this day. I'm learning about like investments and crypto and like real estate. Like I have a bunch of buddies in all those different industries.
Yeah.
So they'll tell me like what's going on with that, you know, like what to look out for, like what I should study, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they're all over the place, which is a good resource to have. Like, yo, make connections, man, because it goes a long way, you know?
It really does.
But yeah, man, like in terms of like straight up like schoolwork, like I was just super bored all the time. Like even in university, I was super bored all the time.
And
like,
here's the thing too, I don't blame you, because the way the school system teaches is they cater the classroom to girls.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Let's be real. When you were in elementary school, what they want you to do?
Sit down, bro.
Sit down. Sit on your desk.
And shut the hell up.
Be still, like a good boy. You know, you gotta be a good boy. But our nature is to be energetic. Like why do you think little boys are so hyper?
Yeah.
Because that's how they were designed. It's like the hardware changes. It's the same. Rollo Tomasi says this all the time, man. Hardware stays the same. It's software that changes, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, because we're taught in a way that caters to women more, they start to feminize the guys. And then once a man becomes feminized, he focuses more on how he feels as opposed to what he should be doing. And then
what he thinks he should be doing,
or
man.
what he thinks he should be doing.
Yeah.
And then you get issues where so many guys now don't have any real purpose and are not getting what they want.
Yeah.
Because there's a very fundamental law about the universe. In order to get what you want, you must have the power in order to do so.
Yeah.
And what does that equate to? That depends on your scenario, right? So if I want to my damn core a Bugatti, I need the money and the power to talk to the Bugatti dealership so they don't write me off, you know, and buy the damn car.
Yeah.
Right? Because I want it. Now, say I want this Bugatti, but I'm living in a single bedroom apartment, I'm working at a grocery store, and I'm making $14 an hour. I could want it all my life, but if I'm not doing anything, I'm never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's small steps, man.
Absolutely.
But I think we should like segue to something else. Like I think this is where we're gonna be a little bit more subjective, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Like out of like relationships and interactions with like women and stuff like that. Like what do you think men want?
Personally, I think the main thing a guy wants is first of all loyalty. And there's a very deep-rooted reason for that, and that's to ensure the paternity of your potential child. Right? When I get with a woman, I plan to have children. I need to make damn sure that I know that kid's gonna be mine 100%.
Yeah. That's tough, man, nowadays, bro. Like
Exactly.
I be seeing videos and stuff, man, of like there was this one video I was watching, like I think it was last week. This guy was celebrating his daughter's 3rd birthday, I think it was his daughter's 3rd birthday. And then he also got the wife a gift too. The gift was a paternity test showing that the kid wasn't his. And 3 years, bro, like that went on. So that's a real thing, bro. It's kind of scary, man.
Exactly.
You know?
So I think that's the main thing. And personally, the second thing would just be peace. Like, if I get with a woman, if she's arguing or trying to argue with me all day, every single day about the littlest things, like, oh, you left the towel on the bathroom floor, blah, 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 you never do this, that, and that. Like, no. I'm out of there. I don't know about you. You might stay guys because you want the pussy, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm out of there. I get more satisfaction from making a song than fucking a bitch. So, but yeah, peace, loyalty, and of course, like, I need my woman to respect me. Because think about it, if she doesn't respect me, she ain't gonna love me in the first place. And that's it. You know, peace, loyalty, and she could, you know, help me out. It's like, say I got home and I've been working 12 hours. If I get home, she's got like a nice cup of hot chocolate ready for me or something, and she submits to, you know, my plan for life. There's a big misconception.
I think you need to clarify.
Getting a girl to submit is nothing forceful. Like, she's like, say you ask your girl to make a sandwich, and she makes you a sandwich. That's not forcefully asking her to make you a sandwich. She submits to you by making you a sandwich because she wants to. Submitting is voluntary action. So if I get a woman, she submits to me, I'm not controlling her. You know, I'm not her puppeteer or anything. She's doing things for me out of her own volition, and she submits to my plan and my course of action because she wants to. Yeah. It's not I'm forcing her to do anything, right? Yeah. So that's what I mean when I say I want a girl to be submissive. It's not like I want her to be my slave, but she does things for me out of her own volition, and she follows my course of action out of her own volition as well. It's very voluntary. Submission is voluntary. It's not involuntary. Yeah. Then that's
it's like slavery.
Basically. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on
I definitely agree with a lot of the points you said. This is coming from someone who's 24 years old, so I have a little bit of knowledge and dating and whatnot, exactly. But I don't have.
I'm 20 guys, so I'm still learning.
You know? I don't have all the answers. You know what I'm saying? If you want the answers, go to a dating coach. I'm not a dating coach, you know.
Nope.
But yeah, man. In terms of like a relationship, there needs to be like a healthy symbiosis. I think that's the word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, things need to like mesh together, right? So a relationship can't be like one-sided where like one person is doing it all, because that relationship's just gonna break, right? Like, so we both need to be able to support each other in like different things, right? Like, say for example, if I'm like the breadwinner or whatever, right? Like, she needs to be able to support me in things that like I can't do, you know? Like, if I'm working like 60, 70, 80 hours a week and I have a kid with it, you know, I'm not gonna be able to raise that kid full time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's gonna have to pick up the slack there. Absolutely. And in return, I go ahead and give her like provisions, protections, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, offer like a masculine influence and whatnot.
A leader.
Yeah, pretty much. But in terms of like things that I do want, like you said, like peace is a really big thing, man, because a lot of dudes, especially if you're like working on your purpose or trying to find your purpose, you're spending long hours doing a lot of shit, man. You know, like, you're physically exhausted, you're mentally exhausted, like, you might even be spiritually exhausted, you know? Yeah. And like, you kind of want to come home and then just know that like your woman has your back, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day. Like, you don't need to, it doesn't need to be like, no, you do this for me. It doesn't need to be like that at all.
Exactly.
Like, it just needs to be like, hey, like,
she does it out of her own will.
It's out of her will. It's out of her love, like that type of thing, you know? But it's tough nowadays just because, like, I think Kevin Samuel said this. He's like, yo, women want traditional men, but don't want to be traditional women. Yeah. So, like, in order to have, like, a traditional relationship that has symbiosis, like, there needs to be both like a masculine and feminine influence, and it needs to come from a man and a female. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
It's when you hit that middle ground that shit gets really messed up. I feel like say like there's a woman and there's a man, and the man is fairly feminine. I see this all the time in relationships, man. The guy progressively starts to act more and more like a girl. Yeah. And maybe at the start of the relationship, you know, he was keeping good frame. He was making her attracted to him. But as time goes on, he starts talking about his feelings more. He starts, you know, being more feminine, and his voice changes. I've heard guys who, like, you know, I met them, they're talking like this, you know, nice and normal. Yeah. A year and a half later, it's like, oh my God, start talking like a girl. And I'm like, I mean, fine, but that relationship's not gonna last. The polarity is waning. There's less and less polarity. when a relationship has less and less polarity, people become more divided.
Yeah.
And it's typically the woman who leaves because that man that, you know, she got with is no longer a man. He's a little boy. Or even worse, a defective girl.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you just dumb it down, like personally, I want my girl to be my number one fan. You know,
fair enough. Yeah.
As simple as it gets, man. She knows I'm out there. I'm putting a dent in the universe, chasing excellence. You know, and maybe the house is dirty when I'm gone. She cleans it up, and when I get home, it's clean. Like she did that out of her own volition because she wants to make my life a bit easier.
Yeah.
Complement my life. You know, help me out any way she can. Financially, no, I don't care. She doesn't have to give me money. That's why I'm chasing excellence.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, when I leave home, the house is dirty. I come back, the house is clean. Beautiful. There's a dinner ready for me. You know, maybe she'll pack me lunch on the way to work. I actually have to ask you, have you ever seen these TikToks of like the dudes' wives? They're packing their lunch for their husband for them to go to work and shit.
Bro, I don't even watch TikTok like that.
I don't either. I don't have it, but it's like I saw it on YouTube. It's like one of those shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, so today for my husband, you know, I'm gonna be making a tuna salad sandwich, blah blah blah. And I know my husband really likes when I cut his apples, so I'm cutting his apples for him. It's like, yeah, like I mean that's
kind of cool, bro.
Yeah, that's like honestly how a relationship should operate. You know, the man goes out, he chases excellence, puts a dent in the universe in order to make sure that his tribe is good, his girl, his kid, etc., etc.
Yeah. I want to touch on something that you said earlier, how like men become a little more feminine, like getting their feelings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What I've noticed from like prior experience, like up until now, is that this is not a slight on females. Don't take it personally. But if a man is going through a lot and he needs to talk to someone about it, it's best that if he talks to like another man about it, you know?
100%.
Like, at least in my personal experience, and I know someone's gonna be in the comments like, "Oh no, not all girls are like that," but
if we get in, hold up, come on the damn video. We want to hear your thoughts.
But like that could be kind of used as like ammunition, and then like in a fight, like let's just say you get in an argument about whatever, like they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, you know what? You're the one that's always complaining to me about this, you know, like you're not even a man anymore," like that type of shit. Yeah. Like it's good for like you can come to us with your problems and we'll listen to you and we'll give you logical advice because that's just how we are. But like when we go to you guys, like it's not the same type of like thing, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that like to put like women like below men. It's just that we handle problems differently and we need to talk about them differently, you know? So I always find it weird whenever I see like those posts where like they're like, yo, like men need to like cry more and, you know, be more sensitive and be more open. I'm like, man, like I think people have tried doing that to you before, but you've just kind of turned it against them, and
like
it's kind of sad, bro.
If you look at it, man, like that's what they're doing, and it's not working out.
Yeah. And
why? Because it inherently goes against their nature.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if your man's arm is broken and he comes to you, he's like, my arm is broken, then yeah, you know, like, go and help him out. You know, but like, he's like...
Say I have a problem. I wouldn't go to a girl to talk about it. Yeah. I go to my brothers.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm an only child. I've never had siblings. Yeah. So, my only quote-unquote siblings are my good friends. My good friends. So, like, if I call you my brother... Yeah. I think of you literally like family. Yeah. Because I've never had any siblings. So it's like it's a very important for me to have these people I can go talk to, because I know damn straight I'm gonna get a lot better advice and, you know, practical know-how talking to my guys than I am talking to some girl. She'll probably just be like, okay, well, you know, you gotta deal with the feeling, you gotta let it out, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, what does that solve? My problem still exists. I cried my ass off, and my problem's still there. Like, how the fuck does that work?
You ever try sleeping your problems off?
Oh, no. I wake up the next day, shit, I still have this problem. Yeah, man. What do I do about it? Yeah, I'm gonna cry some more. Maybe that'll help it. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. But yeah, man, like, I think guys just kind of... like what a man really wants, like especially out of a relationship, is like someone he can like grow with, and that person's gonna help him become the best version of himself. Like that person's already working towards becoming the best version of themselves, but like having that relationship's kind of like the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard a lot of people say that, hey man, like when my man was like coming to Canada, like I helped him like, you know, get on his feet, you know, so he can like provide for me later, that type of stuff, you know. And like it's not a bad thing to do. Like if you literally have like zero options and like your woman's willing to help you, go ahead and take it, because you're gonna be able to get her back and then some later on. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But
like for example, when you were getting your job, you needed some extra cash for something, right? Yeah. You didn't go to a girl to ask for money.
Went to you, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, and I gave it knowing full well that
you're gonna get it back.
I'm gonna get it back. Exactly. And that I'm very happy to know that this money is helping you progress. Yeah. You go to a girl and ask for that, she'll be like, what do you mean? Get your own man. It's damn money. Yeah. Or she'll give you the money and then
just hold it over my head, bro.
Boom. Yeah. Remember that one time I gave you this money for that? Yeah. I gave it to you back. I don't care. I still gave it to you. So you gotta do this and this for me. Bro, I give you money, you gave it back. That's it. And end of story.
Yeah, man. It's
I'm not gonna hold it over.
It's a crazy thing, but yeah. Also, like someone to connect to, man. Like I don't know, you don't really gotta be like an identical copy of me. Like you can like have your own interests and shit like that too. Like I don't know if you like fucking like Twilight or I don't know One Piece or some shit like that. I don't watch One Piece or Twilight. Yeah, and like you know, like if you want to talk to me about that, like yeah, I'll talk to you about it and like engage in that conversation. But like having like super bland conversations about like nothing is the biggest killer for me, bro.
Or not even having a conversation. When I was with my girl in grade 12, there'd be some times where we would just sit and watch shit. Yeah. But that was all we did. You know? Yeah. And like watch shit and then fool around. Boom. Yeah. Watch shit, fool around, wake up next day, repeat. Girl's gonna get bored, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep it spontaneous.
You know? Exactly.
A little trip here and there.
Absolutely. Dude, Roll said this, man. You can say or do anything you want with a woman, but make sure that she's not bored. She's gonna leave your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta keep it spicy nowadays, man. You know, like everyone's expectations are going up. I don't know about guys, to be honest, bro. Like for me, like I like just simple stuff, bro. Like, you want to go to the arcade, let's go to the arcade. You know, you want to grab bubble tea, let's grab bubble tea. Tacos, boom, you know? Yeah. Like, I don't really care about, like, let's go to Aruba or let's go to Cancun or something like that. Yeah. You know, like, we gotta play it a little bit differently, right? Like, since we're the ones that are, like, bringing in, like, the bread and whatnot, we gotta have all the ideas and shit like that, you know? For the most part. There's obviously times where, like, a girl's like, yo, like, I want to go to, like, Blue Mountain, and, like, boom, Blue Mountain, you know? But, yeah, man, like, just stuff like that. Keep it spontaneous. Communication's very key. Like, I hate when, and, you know, a girl's gonna say they don't do this, but they fucking do this, man. Yeah. When they get mad at you about something, they don't tell you, like, how am I gonna fix a problem if I don't know what the problem is? You know what I'm saying?
It's not their nature.
Like, you gotta like pry it out of them, bro, and then like they eventually tell you, and like, okay, why didn't you tell me this like 5 hours ago? Why are we even working on it? You know? But
well, you should have known.
I'm not a mind reader,
bro. That's it's part of the game, man. Yeah. Like, they won't overtly tell you what's wrong because in their mind, you should already know what's wrong. Yeah. And here's the thing.
What is that?
That's true. But like, here's the thing. If you know you're maximizing your potential, you're chasing excellence, it doesn't matter what's wrong. You're gonna catch that regardless, whether your girl signals it or not. And even if she does signal it, and most of the time, I don't know about you, but in my experience, whenever a girl's told me that something's wrong, nothing was actually wrong. She just got in her feels about something, and literally it only takes one. Don't worry, baby, it'll be okay. Yeah. And then boom, that's it.
It usually takes me like 50.
But like at the end of the day, we're simple creatures, man. Yeah. We don't
really need much.
Yeah, our standards for women are, especially when you compare women's standards to men, are very far and few in between, you know?
Yeah. Bro, like, how about this? What do men want from other men, like in their friend groups? I think that's a spicy one.
You want to start it off?
Yeah, I'll start it off, bro. What do you call it? I've talked to you about this before, like where like in my group, like I only want people who are like on their shit, you know, like on their purpose, like working towards something, like having a goal and doing whatever it takes to accomplish that goal, even if it means like crushing your friendship with me, you know, like bro, because that'll make me respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course,
you have a dream, you have a purpose, you have a vision, you know, and you're out there and you're doing your work for it. Like what I hate is, and I've been through this like multiple times before, is those guys who let's just say it's like the weekend, like no one really wants to like do anything, everyone just kind of wants to go to the club and like try and get girls and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, yeah, it's cool, like we can do it sometimes, you know, but like what else are we doing, man? Like we just link up, you know, we have a couple drinks and then what, you know, like, and then you go out with the intention that you're gonna get girls. You can't even talk to the girls because you got nothing to talk about. And then after you guys end up going home, all right, before you go home, you go to McDonald's and then you go home and you freaking just sleep. I'm like, bro, that's a wasted night for me. You know what I'm saying? I hate that type of stuff. Like I need dudes who are like trying to do shit. You know, like, hey, yo, like, let's buy a property. Let's all go in on this stock, man. Let's fucking go to the gym. Let's work out together. You know, let's create a podcast.
I want dudes when I have downtime and I hit them up like, hey, do you want to hang out? We'll go to the bar or something. I want them to tell me, hey man, I'm busy tonight. I can't.
Yeah.
Because that means they're on the same type of vibe I am. Yeah. You know, just last night someone asked me to go out. I was like, listen, man, I got shit to do. I can't do it. And then, like, that garners a lot of respect from me. Like, if, you know, I want, you know, my homies to be on their purpose, to do something. Yeah. You hear this all the time. You are the product of the 5 people you hang around with the most, and that is 100% true. Yeah. If I'm hanging out with a bunch of losers, with 5 losers, I'm gonna be the 6th. If I'm hanging out with 5 G's, I'm gonna be the 6th. Yeah. You make the decision. Your network is your net worth. Exactly. You hear Rich Cooper say that all the time. Yeah. It's true, you know. And like, here's the thing. We're still figuring it out. Like, I made the decision to sacrifice my 20s to work. So when I'm 30 and I'm at my peak, I can live life on my own terms and do whatever the hell I damn want to do. But, you know, actually I have no idea where I was going with this.
You want me to pick up from here?
Yeah, pick it up, man. It's like, you don't, like, if you're trying to accomplish something, say you want to be the next rock star, don't go hanging out with a bunch of crackheads. Or computer programmers. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, buddy. Like,
you definitely want dudes who are doing shit because it just adds more value to the group, right? Like, say for example, in 10 years, like you make it like super big, like being like a producer and whatnot. And let's just say, for example, I become some next level real estate agent or whatever, and like my other buddy's like some next level like crypto is. Like within that network, if you need something, you can go within that network and produce something out of it. But like when you're dealing with people who like just are okay, like doing nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like they got like, like they work, then that's cool and all. They got a 9 to 5, you know, make some like decent money every single year, but don't do anything about their life. Like what's their value? What do they bring to the group? Like, can you fight? Can you negotiate? Yeah. Can you talk? Like,
just another cog in the machine.
You know what I'm saying? Bro. Like, it's not even a cog, bro. Like, it's literally just like it's a broken cog, to be honest, man.
Well, no, it's not bringing like anything cog to it. In the machine of complacency. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, you're doing nothing. You're just another cog in the machine. You're living for someone else's dream, not your own.
Yeah. Like, I want that out of like my friend group and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need it out of all men, like because all men are different, right? Like, we all have different values and goals and whatnot. But like, just who I'm gonna associate myself with, like it has like a ripple effect, right? Because if you're always around, it's like you said, like if you're around like 5 people who are like depressed and doing nothing with their lives, you're gonna be the 6th guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're out there like trying to like make friends and stuff like that, you always kind of gotta ask. And I know it sounds selfish as hell, like what is this guy gonna like bring to our group? And like it's not even really like a bad thing, bro. Like all guys do it, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got like a funny guy, or like, you know, sometimes you get a guy who's good with girls, like all that type of shit, you know? Yeah.
Yo, sorry to cut you off, but I have to mention this. Like, that's how the best relationships are formed. You rub my back, I'll rub yours. You know, you do something for me, I'll do something for you. Yeah. And yeah, you could say it's selfish, but I don't think that's a bad thing. No. For example,
sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Sometimes.
Absolutely. Like For example, I started working with some new people. Like I joined like this music label. I started working with these people, and yeah, I definitely consider them my friends now. But before it was just like, oh, okay, you need someone to DJ this show? Sure, I'll go. Boom.
Yeah.
They did something. I did something for them. They did something for me. They paid me, and I'll be 100% honest. It was the first time I actually felt valued as a DJ. Because before then, I was making like less than $100 a show. I'd be on my feet for like 6 to 8 hours spinning decks,
pretty
right?
steep, buddy.
But then these guys like saw like that I was actually good. I had skills, and they paid me fairly, you know.
Yeah.
And then after that, they asked me to join the label. I was like, hell yeah, I really like you guys. You know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Mm-hmm. And now, you know, I'm mixing songs for them. I'm making songs with their artists. I'm helping them progress because they help me progress. Mm-hmm. And I think those are the best types of friendships you want. Like, for example, me and you as friends, right? Mm-hmm. Would you be doing this podcast if I didn't have the equipment or the means to do so? Maybe. But
it probably wouldn't be as efficient though.
Exactly. It wouldn't be as efficient. So, you know, scratch my back, I scratch yours. Mm-hmm. Right? So like me and you have been talking about things for so long now that we've ultimately progressed ourselves. Our friendship with each other has allowed both of us to progress as individuals. Mm-hmm. Take a look to last year when we first met. I'd say we're doing a lot better than we were last year.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that,
right?
Eh? I always find it so weird because I'm someone who's so oblivious to like progress sometimes, bro. Like I'm like the biggest guy who's like oblivious to it, bro. I could make like $150,000 in a year and still just be like, oh shit, I fucking made that. Eh? Like I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Like bro, yeah, we've come a long way, man. You know, absolutely. And we're only gonna keep. We're only gonna keep progressing, man. Like that's kind of where our heads are at, man. Like we always want to consistently and continually improve, and Lord knows what's gonna happen 3-6 a year from now. Like, bro, we could be in a different spot completely, right? But just going to like what men want, like you kind of want to be around that, man, because like you feel like you're making some type of impact, you know. Might be a small one like we are now because we're a small channel. But who knows what's gonna happen in the future if you stay consistent with it, right?
Exactly. Like you can dumb it down to what do men want? Well, you could say men want similar caliber of men to progress with. Yeah. Say like you're a loser, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't do shit with your life. Most of those people don't want the friends they have. Mm-hmm. They don't like them.
They're just like drinking buddies on the weekends.
Exactly. They hang out with them because it's better than being alone. Would you say they want that? I don't think so. I think they want individuals, like other men who are like-minded and who want to achieve the same or similar goals. And that really goes to show, like, you can really tell that from someone based on who they surround themselves with. Yeah. Right.
Honestly, man, like if I was in that situation, I don't mind being alone. Like maybe that's introvert in me or whatever.
Yeah, same here.
Like, but like if I'm around, like, I don't know, man, like 2 years ago, I was around like some people who really weren't doing nothing, you know? Mm-hmm. And like I had to be alone for like that like bit of time to kind of figure out like, hey, what am I doing in my life? Bro? Where am I going?
It's okay to go monk mode sometimes.
Yeah, it's completely justifiable, man. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta be a little bit selfish sometimes when you're trying to figure out like what works out best for you, but like it's gonna pay off in the end of the day, right? Yeah. Because like if say for example you're dirt poor and you have people who keep asking you for money, right? Mm-hmm. And you get an opportunity to make more money, you gotta be selfish with the money for a little bit till you get to a point where you can give to everyone else. Because how can you give what you don't have? You know what I'm saying? Of course. Like, so that's kind of just my analogy on that.
Yeah, it's like if you can only bring someone to where you're at. You can't bring them above you unless you've already reached that state and you know you've fallen down. For example, like if I'm like a world champion boxer, I can only bring someone to my level at the world champion boxer. But say I'm retired, I could train the next champ because I used to be a champ. Yeah. So I'm gonna make this guy a champ. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think the reason why a lot of men nowadays don't surround themselves with the people they want is because they've been told not to judge people. And honestly, I think we should be more judgmental. You should look at your friend group and judge them. Like, okay, this guy is really helping me out here and I'm helping him out there. We're gonna work together and accomplish this thing.
Yeah.
This guy, he's my taxes guy. He, fixes my taxes and I pay him for his services.
Yeah.
And we get along well. This guy does this for me and I do this for him. But this guy doesn't do shit. He works this stupid job, goes out drinking every single night, and keeps on asking me to go hang out with him. I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah.
Oh, but you're being judgmental. I don't care. This is not good for me, and to be honest, it's not good for you too, because you're just gonna suck on my energy and then blow it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I think you should judge the people that you surround yourself with. Judge their characters. Are they who they say they are, first of all? Mm-hmm. And are they running shit up like you are, second of all? Because if 1 and 2 are not met, cut them off, man.
Yeah, you're getting nowhere with that, bro.
Exactly. There's no point. I'm not saying be mean to them, don't be nice to them anymore, but if they're asking you to hang out and you go hang out, just stop going to hang out with them. You're not getting anything done.
They'll get the message, man.
They'll exactly
get the message. I guess to kind of wrap this thing up, man.
Yeah.
The men of today, or men in general, really don't want or need much. Like, we just need to have a purpose.
Of course.
We need to have a good family structure if you're wanting to have kids. You're gonna need to have like a good relationship with like the women that you have in your life, and the friends that you have in your life as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be like it needs to be solid like relationships. Like we don't. I don't know. Like some of us like want like different things, right? Like some people want to be politicians, or some people want to be doctors, lawyers, whatever, right? And that kind of all goes into like the purpose type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you just really gotta think about it, bro. Like think about what you want and then just kind of work towards it. That would just be my goal, bro. Or my thing. Just break it down to small little steps. Hey, if you want to read a book in a month, okay, so this day I'm going to read 5 pages, and the next day I'm going to read 10, then 20, so forth and so on. So like you can consistently keep going. Then before you know it, the book's already done.
Boom.
Exactly.
But 15 minutes a day, half a year, you got a full book.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta think about what you want, man. Think about the risk associated with it, man, because we're kind of tempted to do like stupid shit nowadays for like clout or whatever it is. Like,
yeah.
But is it really gonna be worth it in like 5 years? Probably not. But yeah, man, just use your head when you're moving across the world, bro.
Yeah.
And be sure to be kind to everyone. Be kind to everyone. That's another thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, at the end of the day, we're pretty simple, man. Like, men are not complicated beings. We like to do things, and yeah, that's literally it. We just like to do shit. Mm-hmm. When it comes to women, I think it's fairly simple. Someone who's submissive, loyal, and who respects you, and honestly is just like your number one fan, right? Like someone who will be a complement to your life as opposed to be a focus of your life. And then when it comes to just life in general, find your purpose. Do that by doing enough things, and then surround yourself with people who are on the same, if not a similar purpose to you, because you guys will feed off each other. We are inherently competitive by nature, and if we surround ourselves with people who are also competitive like that, we're gonna keep pushing each other. Even if it's like a rivalry, say there was another DJ who started running up shit like I am right now in the city, and he's like my rival. He's like, okay, damn, he killed that set. All right, I gotta make sure my next set is dope, so I kill him, steal his customers, then he's gonna run it up, steal my customers, whatever. Even though it's like there might be some conflict, I still respect this guy because he's my rival. And we're pushing each other to become stronger. Look at Naruto and Sasuke, right? It's the same type of shit. And yeah, at the end of the day, like, what men want is to maximize their potential. when you boil it down to nitty gritty, maximize your potential and take care of your tribe. It's like in our nature to want to take care of our tribe and to be the best that we can. Even if you're not working on it, even if you're not working on becoming the best version of yourself, in your hindbrain, there's still that little voice that's saying you need to be better. You need to be better. Exactly.
100%, man.
Yeah, those are just my closing thoughts.
Well, hey guys, that was our episode of the podcast. If please leave your comments down below and leave your thoughts.
Yeah, and check out some of the other ones we did. We did one on purpose, video games, etc.
We're coming up, man. Like we said earlier, we're cultural commentators, so we comment on what's going on in the culture, especially for people who are within the ages of 18 to 25. That's because that's our demographic, right? That's who we are.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. Leave your thoughts below. A like, a comment, subscribe, and be sure to hit those bell notifications. It goes a long way. It's completely free as well.
Sorry, one thing I wanted to add. Also, like, we're not gurus or anything.
Nah, man, we're just talking, bro.
Exactly. Like, our podcast is meant for us to just have a discussion. If you're looking for life advice or anything like that, I would recommend, looking at some other channels who are really good. But if you just want to join in the conversation, share your thoughts in the comments, give us some topics to discuss about, just let us know. And
that's pretty much it, eh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you guys stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for coming out. Y'all have a good day.
Peace.
Peace.